So you're asking if I feel that Sean deserved to win?
I guess you can put it that way, yeah.
Sean looked great, but if you go pose by pose, then Phil wins. Mm-hmm. The only thing he had Phil on was his midsection. I mean, Phil kills him in arms. He has no chest. His chest is way better than Sean's. His back blows, anything from the rear blows Sean's way. Mm-hmm. So Sean won strictly on shape. Mm-hmm. Okay, if Phil's stomach was, if he didn't have, stomach problems, which he's had stomach problems for the past few years and still won. You know what I'm saying? So, but
right.
Yeah, if Phil was at his best, Phil would have won again. I agree because this is where they try to compare the 90s to now. Mm-hmm. That's the main thing they talk about when they want to compare. Mm-hmm. But things are so different now versus back then.
Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Williams Fitness back again with another video. So, just watched part 3 of the Generation Iron mini documentary series interview with Dexter Jackson. I presume it was one interview. They just chopped it up into sections. And he touches on the whole bubble gut, should Roden have won. And I just wanted to break this down and basically have a conversation about it with you guys. So, he mentions that obviously Sean Roden won last year on shape. Now, it's very arguable on both sides of the fence who should have won, but the fact of the matter is Sean won. Sean walked away with the trophy. Now, if we look at it side to side, side by side, obviously, like Dexter goes on to state, Phil destroyed Sean in many different areas, many areas. Better back, better arms, better legs. This isn't just me, taking a side here. This was just what I saw with my eyes. I've been following bodybuilding for over 20 years now. So Dexter then goes on to mention the fact that obviously Sean mainly won because of his midsection. Now Phil's obviously had issues, shall we say, with his midsection for years. And Dexter basically said, look, Sean had a better shape on the day, and with his better midsection, I think that's where they were trying to, take bodybuilding to get rid of all this bubble gut. Then he goes on to mention Rolly Winkler.
Look at Rolly, for instance. Mm-hmm. Rolly's stomach used to be, like he's 2 months pregnant. 8 months pregnant.
Wow.
No, I love Rolly to death. That's my boy. But in some shots, they used to clown Rolly a lot. He looked really, really bad, bro. Look at him now. No more stomach. You know why? Because he's not eating as much food as he used to eat.
So the food caused that?
The food caused that. Mm-hmm. It ain't the drugs, all the shit people think they know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. If I was to drop 10 pounds, if I would have dropped 10 pounds for my normal weight, mm-hmm. I wouldn't have a stomach. It'd be gone. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's all the food, the amount of food that we have to consume just to keep up with the size of these guys these days.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, out of everybody's bubble gut, Rolly's was the worst. That's just facts. It was way worse than Phil's back in the day. I mean, we're only going back a couple of years here, and it was bad. So he goes on to mention that Rolly only had a big stomach. I mean, that big, because of the amount of food he was eating. Now, he says it's nothing to do with the drugs, it's the volume of food. Now, I've got to agree to completely 100% disagree with that. The size of Rolly's stomach, there's no way his physical stomach could have expanded and stretched that much on competition day, where he would have eaten that volume of food. Bear in mind, he's on stage. They've cut back calories way down. So I can't imagine his coach going, yeah, Rolly, can you just sit down and keep eating these 6 meals today, please, mate, so we can, make sure you get your protein in. I don't think on that day they're that bothered about you know, ticking boxes with the macros. It's mainly, you know, filling the muscle back up so the muscle belly's full with, you know, with glycogen and water, etc. Or maybe depleting water and sodium levels. There's so many different variants. The last thing a coach is going to do is sit down with their client and go, yeah, we need to keep filling you up with food. And the size of Rolly's stomach, how much fucking food was he feeding him? I call fucking bullshit. I'm sorry that I love Dexter Jackson to bits. I genuinely do. I straight up call bullshit. That was, to me, my personal opinion, that was way too much growth hormone. That's an intestinal issue, that is, to me. I can't imagine. I mean, we all know bodybuilders consume vast quantities of food. But a stomach can only take so much. Rolly was fucking swole as fuck in the midsection. 8 months pregnant. Most kids are born at like between 6 and 8 pounds as a guess. I mean, my little boy was around there. So what you're saying is to have a swole stomach like that, he would have consumed between 6 to 8 pounds of food before getting on stage. I mean, does anybody else agree with me? Does anybody else genuinely believe Dexter that this was down to food? I'm sorry, I just thought it was very comical when I saw that. I thought I'll have to do a video on it. I'm not trying to bring up the whole bubble gut shit, the Louis Marco bollocks again. I'm done with that, dude. But honestly, I personally, this is just my opinion. Don't fire shots at me in the fucking comments. I genuinely don't believe for 1 second that was down to the amount of food he ate before he got on stage. On that note, guys, just drop me a comment. What do you guys think? I think it's straight up BS. I can't even stop laughing about it. I could just imagine Rolly backstage with just like, you know, 2 16-inch pizzas, McDonald's, KFC, just filling up before he gets on stage. Got to get them macros in. But on that note, guys, I'll leave it there. Drop a comment below. Sub, like, subscribe, all that shit. Or just fucking move on with your life. Whatever. Peace.